get high in any weather. We go far because we all fly together, baby. We get high in any weather. We go far because we all fly together, baby. And here we go. Welcome, my fellow listeners. How y'all doing? Y'all might hear my voice. I'm fucking baked right now. Not even gassing, bro. I don't know what it is. I don't even smoke a fat blunt either. I just smoke some, I don't know what the fuck it is. It's just some weed, but I don't even know what it is, but it's a strain of some shit, and it's fucking strong, I guess, because I feel good. Like, I feel good. I feel high, so that's good. But it's been a while. I know last video I've been saying I want to pretty much, hold up real quick. You know what? Should have been put this on, but put my headsets on. Yeah, I just feel. I try to do without it. I don't know. I guess I don't feel comfortable. I just don't feel comfortable without my headset. I guess it just feels better with the headset. But yeah, I know in the last video I was saying that I was gonna try to update as much as I can. Failed on that, but I am trying. At least I'm being honest, right? So, just wanted to let y'all know that I am going to keep trying to do that one way or another. It's just a little hard when you got other things. I mentioned this before. I got other things I'm trying to get into too. So, just trying to dibble and dabble a little bit of everything is kind of like it can be a little hard to keep up with. But I will try my best to do this as much as I can because I like doing this. I like doing this a lot. Even if nobody does listen, I don't care. I like doing this. But not too much news recently. I mean, besides sports, some gaming stuff. So we could touch a little bit into that. Football's around the corner, so that's a good thing. We got back to some basketball. We got some basketball playing right now. I haven't been keeping up, honestly, with the basketball. It's weird because I feel like, I guess because without the fans, it just doesn't feel the same. Like, it just doesn't feel the same. It just looks like a bunch of motherfuckers just up and down the motherfucking court. I could go to the park and watch that. You know what I mean? So it's like, I don't know. It's obviously the difference because it's NBA players. You can't see NBA players at the fucking park. But you got your hood stars, you feel me, who can really ball their fucking ass off. So it's like, it's almost the same shit. So, but it's like the crowd does add to it, I think, But I think they do have like select crowds in it, I believe. But like I said, I haven't really watched it. But from my knowledge, if there isn't no crowd, I can only imagine because I watch. It's sad to say, but I watch pro wrestling. I know a lot of people are like, really, ew, pro wrestling, but I watch pro wrestling. I actually got back into it probably like a couple years back, like maybe 5 years ago. I stopped for a while just because it was just like, obviously I grew at one point, but then I kind of got back into it one day watching it at my brother's crib and just was like, oh, fuck it, like started naming like, who the fuck is that guy? He's pretty cool. And then, watching that person wrestle, like, oh, okay, that guy can wrestle. He's pretty good. And then just watching the other guys, and I just started getting into it a little bit. But now I stopped a little bit just because it's not right now. Like, it gets, that's what I'm trying to get into. Like, I kind of like stopped watching wrestling just a little bit just because it was like it wasn't the same without the crowd. Even when the crowd is fucking stale, it's still something, Even just watching the fucking signs go up, you could read some of the signs. Should be funny as hell when you see someone sign. But I try to catch the pay-per-views whenever I can. But yeah, for the most part, it's really like it's funny how like the crowd. I feel like crowds really matter, and maybe this is what the sports players who are maybe. I'm not saying there are, but like maybe there are the ones that who probably do think like, fuck the fans type shit, or even think, hey, I don't need the fans. I'm just here to fucking get a paycheck and ball, But maybe now they appreciate it more because now without certain ticket sales or whatever the case may be, it's like you're not getting, you're just getting your salary, which is still a great fucking lump sum. And to hear that some guys are not happy with their pay right now, it's kind of mind boggling a little bit, just because it's like, dude, y'all, to hear some guys say like, oh, I can't keep up with the means, or basically they're trying to say subliminally like, I can't keep up with their means, when they're saying stuff like, oh, I can't provide for my family. I seen that 30 for 30 shit, and I might have, like I said, I feel like I touched on this before, but to backtrack a little bit, I've seen the 30 for 30 episode of the Broke one, and to be honest with you, it was, how can you say, it was very eye-opening, because a lot of people that how do you say, that you may have watched growing up, or may have even idolized, you know what I mean, looked up to, like, oh my God, like, I want to be just like Warren Sapp, I want to be just like, Ray Caruth, shit like that. Like, these guys that you might have looked up to, 9 out of 10 were or are fucking broke, after they left the NFL, because a lot of them didn't continue with education, off their scholarship. They just, after 2-3 years in the fucking college, they just left. So, and I get it. When money calls and you come from where we come from, I get that. You want to, take the opportunity, you take it, you go. I get it. But to know that they to see that special, that 30 for 30 special, which if you haven't seen it, see it, because it's very good. It gave a bunch of lists at the end of like certain guys who have who are considered broke or was broke at one point. Basically, come back, or some of them are just straight up just dead flat broke. And it's sad. Like, it's like, damn, like, these are guys that fucking are, like, some of them might be Hall of Famers, or just, they were big time Pro Bowlers, like, and they just broke. Like, you're broke because they want to help the wrong people. They give out money too much. And listen, I'm all for helping your family, and especially your close family members that you can, well, pretty much, let's put it this way, like, close family, and definitely like friends that you consider family, like you call them your family. Like, because I always say, I got my, like, if I ever became like super fucking rich, I would definitely help all my friends, that I consider family. You feel me? Like, I consider my brothers, or a sister, or a cousin, whatever, you know what I mean? Like, the way I consider them, like, my real family, I would still help them out. Maybe, of course, like, nothing too crazy, because, like, I think a lot of people do go overboard, but I would definitely, of course, because why wouldn't I? They've helped me out, you know what I mean, when I didn't have shit, or whatever the case may be. And not just me, maybe my family in general. So it's like, you give back, you know what I mean? You have to give back. Some people are like, oh, you don't have to. No, you have to, because if you don't, you're just a piece of shit. That's how I look at it. You're a piece of shit. You know what I mean? And it's like, you do it because you want to do it. You do it because it's out of love. You feel me? You do it because it's like, that shit don't matter. You feel me? Some people just, have that problem of letting money take over. And I always said, like, my motto's always been like, make the money, but don't let the money make you. And a lot of people always do that. They let the money make them. They let the money pretty much control their life and their thinking of life, and how they should be, and what they should have. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying if you work hard, don't get nothing. No, if you work hard, of course, go get what you want. You deserve it. But when you let it kind of, in my opinion, when you let it control your aspects in life, to where, maybe you're stuck just being single forever, because you're so wrapped up thinking like a certain way about money, or males and money, and relationship and money, like, it can really fuck you up, and you won't even know, because you're looking at like, well, I work hard. Of course, everybody should work hard. That's what everybody should do. Everybody should make money. Everybody should chase a bag. But to what extent is the question. I always tell people, it's like people who sell their, whether you believe or not, people do sell their souls. You feel me? Like, for money, or for fame, or for whatever. So, and that's my true belief on that. You may not believe that, that's fine. But me personally, I believe they do. And I feel like most people should believe that. But I don't force it on to people. But I'm just saying, though, you should believe that, because the fact that you don't believe there's a good and a bad, whether you believe religion or not, you still should believe that there's a good and a bad. You feel me? Like there's not there, you can't tell me in this life that there's the meaning of good and bad is just fucking not real. You feel me? Like no, there's no way. There's always a good and bad. There's always a balance. But you know, I kind of got off topic with everything. But point is, back to the fans thing. I kind of really got off topic, right? Damn. But back to the fans thing, like in the whole broke for 30 thing. It's just like, that money. You should always take care of people, of course, but make sure you take care of yourself first. Like, and that's not being selfish. That's not being an Aries, because I am an Aries, and I know a lot of people. Oh, y'all are selfish. To be honest, yeah, I'm selfish at times. Yeah, I can admit that. You feel me? Like I'll admit that all the time. Like yeah, I'm pretty selfish for certain things, especially if it's something I really like to do or want. Yeah, I'm pretty selfish for it. But for the most part, I do try to think for other people. I've always tried to be considerate. I've never been the type to be stingy or, you know, unwilling to not want to give you something if you ask for it or something. You know what I mean? Like if I have it, you got it. Or if you want to share this here. Like there's times where I used to buy Chinese food, bro, when I was a kid. And me and my friends, whatever, and we all, whoever didn't have food, whatever, I would eat a little bit and give them the rest. You feel me? Like just because, like, why wouldn't I? You my bro. You feel me? Like, I'm not gonna let you out here hungry, especially if you live, like, say you live far and you don't want to go home just yet. I understand. Cause as a kid, when we're kids, you don't want to go home. You feel me? But you take care of each other. A lot of people forget that, but you also take care of each other to a certain point. You don't. You also don't be too selfish and too mindless and too careless and too selfless where you're just like, oh well, nah, fuck that. No, you sometimes you actually you do, but you also got to remember not to do too much. So I think a lot of people when they get rich, they do too much. I think that's what it comes down to, especially when you're like a football player, basketball player, even a artist. I feel like a lot of them really tend to take it to the next bar when they don't need to. Like it's crazy because like the people I would take care of if I was that rich, right? If I was a fucking NFL Hall of Famer, million billionaire, whatever type person, or the Rock type money, you know what I mean? Because he's like number one, I think, right now for what is it, for Forbes, right? I believe he's like the most top paid actor right now or some shit, male actor. Like yeah, the Rock's fucking balling right now, So let's say if I have Rock money and whatnot, and I can help people, yeah, I would definitely do it. But like I said, I know for a fact that people I would help, they would be smart. I know they wouldn't just waste it. You feel me? They wouldn't just blow it. I know them. Like I know the people I love and care for. Like they wouldn't blow it. They would definitely, like, if I told them here's fucking 400 grand each, and I had Rock money. Here's 400 grand each. Or 400 grand, for the house or whatever, whatever the case may be. Because I always said, me personally, I would set it up to where, if I was that rich, I would set up to where I'll buy everybody a crib, but not like a mansion, nothing crazy like that. I would buy just a straight up nice fucking house for them, somewhere, somewhere that they have neighbors, but like a community thing, like somewhere real nice, but it's like community, a new house. You feel me? Like the shit's paid off. All you gotta do is put the bitch under your name. Pay the fucking electricity, pay the fucking water, whatever the case may be. That's that. Other than that, the house is yours with a car. You feel me? Like I would do that for everybody in my house and everybody like I love and care for that are close to me. Not everybody that I know, but everybody that's close to me that did for me and love me and I love them back. Yes, I would definitely do that for. But and then maybe give them a little hookup. Like I said, here's 200 grand or 400 grand. Boom. Go start a business. You feel me? Go do something that you can start something you always dreamed to start. Even if it's to go to school, fuck it. Go to school with that money. Put it towards a school. And go to school for whatever the fuck you want to go to school for. I don't care. Just use the money for something useful. Don't ball out. I mean, yeah, of course, I'm not going to say don't ball out ever, not a dime. No, I'm not going to say that because I know we're going to have fun. You feel me? Well, who the fuck doesn't want to have fun? But I'm just saying, though, like, if I'm being on a serious tip with them, and I know I was giving out that type of lump sum of money, I'm going to be real too. Like, yo, like, I don't care if you ball, but just don't fucking waste it all on fucking partying. You know what I mean? Build something. You have a crib, so you can't say, oh, I bought a house. It's your house paid for. You're good. You can't say for a car, you got a car. Unless you want to buy another car, then okay, I understand. But I'm pretty sure I would know what cars y'all like. You know what I mean? That's how I look at it. So it's like, but because that's who I am. You know what I mean? That's just how I look at it. Like if I was that rich, I would do that. There was times I used to give motherfuckers a straight fucking a facial, bro. If I wanted to smoke a facial, I would roll someone else a facial. Like, here, bro. They'll look at me like, the fuck? Nah, go ahead, smoke. Now, if it was a group of us, of course, but if it was just me and that one person, no, here, bro. Here, smoke a facial on me. I just didn't smoke yet, you feel me? So I just wanted to smoke a facial and just enjoy this little moment, chill, you know what I mean? Talk. You know what I mean? Like, that's how I am. And it's not because I was stingy with weed, no, just because sometimes like I do want to have that first smoke to myself real quick. I always feel like everybody's entitled, if you're a pothead or a smoker or an advocate, however you want to put it, I feel like everybody's entitled to their first morning blunt and to their nightcap. I just feel like that's like a rule. I feel like that's a rule for anybody. So the fact that I didn't smoke that morning, I was just like, here, bro. You probably didn't smoke this morning either, so here. Enjoy your facial, bro. Let's enjoy it together. We just chill. Toting your shit, whatever. You feel me? Like, but that's how I am. So like I know how I'd be. If I was that rich, bro, I'd be chilling. My loved ones, everybody I love would be chilling. There'll be no ifs, ands, or buts about that. You know what I mean? But like I said, I would go to a certain extent. Because people will be trying, some like people from the outside will always try to be, you know how that shit go. So you see it in movies and shows, people start acting funny. Oh man, you been my boy. You been my boy since fucking second grade. Nigga, haven't talked to you since eighth grade. Nigga, what the fuck you talking about? Like, you know what I mean? Like the fuck? Like, it be weird shit like that. So that's why I just say, like, you gotta watch that Broke for 30 shit, 30 for 30, because that shit was crazy. That's just crazy. But like to hear some of these sport guys saying that they can't take care of shit, it kind of mind boggles me too. 'Cause I'm just like, come on, bro. Like, you get paid big bucks to, you know, to play sports. Like, every real sport kid or boy, girl dream to play in the leagues and get paid for a sport they love to play. Whether it's fucking volleyball, hockey, field hockey, you know what I mean? Football, basketball. Like, everybody would love to be paid to play a sport. You feel me? So to know like, and then to know like some smart people who don't have a chance to be in those positions, I guarantee would be like flourishing. You know what I mean? It would be great if they had that one opportunity. And to see someone like just fucking blow it, and you'd be like, how the fuck you blow that? Like, bro, you was making fucking 15 million a year, or 50 even, or whatever. Like, you know what I mean? Like, cause check, these players get paid fucking big. They get paid big money. It's not like they don't get paid fucking peanuts. Like, even the benchers get paid 100,000s and 100 whatever grands a year. Like, and that's still good. Let me get paid 100 something grands a year and just play 2 minutes of fucking game. Puh. Excuse me. Shit. I would have nothing but mad fun. Straight up. But, I don't want to rant and rave on that, but just only on that part. But the point is, like I said, just watch that shit, enjoy that shit. And, the fact that we getting sports back is it's a great thing. So I don't want to talk shit about it because we could easily get, it could easily go away. So I don't want it to go away. Baseball was, I don't think baseball's still going, if I'm not mistaken. There was talks of it might going out, like, because they did a couple games, but then I don't know, it was iffy. I haven't heard none of the Philly fans talk too much, so I know I've seen a couple posts and a couple like articles, like losing, they were losing, but or doing some stupid shit. I'm not a Philly fan, by the way. I'm a Yankees fan, so it's like I hear that shit, I'm just like, not my problem. But since I live next to it, I have to kind of report it. But so I'm not too sure about the baseball thing though, because even for Yankees, I'm not really sad to say I like baseball. I like the Yankees. My family's from New York, so that's the reason why I like the Yankees. They love the Yankees. They watched the Yankees growing up, so it's one of those things. It's like just a family thing. Like, all right, well, I'm a Yankees fan because by default, technically. But yeah, I'm not really big on keeping up with baseball too much until usually around. Actually, it's funny. Usually around this time is when I start keeping up with baseball. But since it's all out of whack, like everything's out of fucking whack. Like with the scheduling and right now, like it's apparently it's going to be the fucking playoffs. You know what I mean, or some shit for basketball too. So it's like everything's out of whack. Everything's fucked up. So it's like, fucking 2020, man. This year was whoo. We thought 19 was bad. Like, dog, we take that shit back. Like, bro, like 19 was nowhere near, not even touching this shit. Not even with a pole touching this shit. Like, 2019 was shit. 2019 was fucking milk and cookies compared to this shit, bro. Like this shit was like, bro, this will go down in history. That's crazy, right? To think about, like, we're actually in the middle of fucking history right now. Like, to know that, like, what happened in 2020. Like, when our kids probably go up and they're learning history in some fucking school with fucking cubicles and shit. You know what I mean? It's gonna be cubicles. Think about it, like those movies that we saw back in the day. Like, we were, what are those fucking, like, the little Russell Crowe movies and shit with the soldier and their kids and shit. I forget, what is it, Universal Soldier, I think it's called, or some shit. Or even like the one with Jean-Claude Van Damme, I think it's called like Universal Soldier also, or some, whatever those fucking old movies are called. But the point is, they always start off as like kids and they train them and shit. So like, imagine that, like, our kids gonna be in cubicles like that with fucking, you know, with fucking screens at their desk in the cubicle, you know what I mean? So that way no one talk to nobody, nobody cheating. It's straight mind control from there. You know what I mean? Like, start them young. Like, and that's how it's like. That's how it looks like it's aiming, bro. Like, if I don't know, if y'all may call it far fetched, y'all may call, oh my god, Ace, you being real conspiracy theories, you crazy. All right, whatever. Y'all could call it what you want. I'm out here to argue with you, but I will say this much. I'm gonna say this much. The fact of the matter is that these movies and shows don't be fucking lying either, bro. They don't be lying. These Jones be telling the truth too sometimes. So it's like, and to know that, like, some things do point that way, or you got articles, or you got conspiracy theories, or whatever you want to call it, you know, actually pointing it out like that, like, yo, that's how it's gonna be, or how it could be. And I'm not saying that's what people are saying, but the way I look at it and the way I'm going to conspire, like, this is my theory on it, is that, like, that's what it looks like. Like, it's just straight up like, you got these kids and they're going to have these kids in these cubicles or wearing masks or whatever. Like, and I'm not saying nobody should wear masks, but certain situations you should. And I feel like in certain situations you shouldn't. Like, if you're out on your fucking porch and you with your neighbor and you and your neighbor are fucking close anyway, y'all cool, y'all don't mind it, y'all got an understanding of it, then fuck it. You know what I mean? Because I ain't going to lie, like, my neighbor's been in my house with no mask. We didn't give a fuck. You know what I mean? Because we're just like, yeah, it's fine. Because, you know, if anything, we spray you down. She put her sanitizer on her hand, of course. But other than that, we're good. And I know that might sound stupid, like, oh, really? But it's because, truthfully, like, in certain situations, it's not needed, I don't think. I think in certain situations, it's strong. Of not saying that shit. And I'm going to make, it's crazy because I'm mixed feelings on it. Because honestly, my uncle died from it. You know what? And I'm not going to say what we're talking about, but because I, you know, monetize and all that stuff. But I will say this. You know, I think it's real, but it's real to a certain extent. Just like anything else in this fucking world. Just like any other fucking virus that was, quote unquote, man-made. So I think that's just how I look at it. You know, like, look how Ebola happened. Ebola hit here crazy too. What happened within that year? A couple months later, that shit was gone. This shit is, it's crazy how this shit is, it literally dies when it's too cold or when it's too hot. Living in Jersey, I'll tell you that right now, we're both. We get hot as fuck and we get cold as shit. So it's like, pick your fucking thirst. You know what I mean? But it's funny because, like, you know, some people really go crazy and you know, about the whole mask thing. And you know, me personally, like I said, if I'm in the store, I'm going to wear it. I will wear it because that's a lot of people. If you were just 2-3 people, 6, or even just 6 of your fucking friends, 7, 8 of your friends, and y'all just chilling because y'all always chill anyway, who gives a fuck? Y'all, I doubt y'all have it. I'm pretty sure y'all going to your. I'm gonna trust y'all to go to y'all precautions, like I'm going to my precautions. But at the end of the day, I saw you 5 times last week too. You know what I mean? And we're good. So I don't know. That's, y'all probably think like, oh my god, ew, that's a chance. No, it's not really much of a chance. It's not like we're going out places or whatever. And even if we are, places are opening up anyway. So that way you can go. Do you trust? So I'm saying, am I saying you should trust it? No, but if you feel comfortable to, then be my guest. Me, do I trust it? Certain times. Like, I'm gonna go out with my family and go to one of those little restaurants and see what's up. You know what I mean? Sit outside like they have. I see a lot of places doing the outside setup. So it's like, why not? I mean, I know that in the winter, in the winter, boy, that's not happening. You heard? But right now, while we got a chance, while it's still nice and warm out or whatever, and we got some nice sun and some clouds and shit. Yeah, I'll take me a fucking what's some little a Long Island, whatever the fuck that shit called. I'll take one of them. Maybe I'll take two of them outside and enjoy this shit because why not? At this point, if you're gonna live in fear, might as well live in fear for the rest of your life. You know, that's just how I look at it. You might as well live in fear the rest of your life, and it don't make sense anyway. You got this way. You gotta wear a mask in the fucking restaurant. Then when you take it off, you gotta eat. So it's like, really, like. You're gonna get more than likely the sad shit about it. That the truth I really believe on top of that too is that we're all gonna get it, one way or another. Do we want to get it? Of course, fucking not. Who fucking does? But what I'm saying is, just like the fucking flu, just like anything else, that when one human gets sick and the population start getting sick and that fucking the human race, everybody gets that shit. A lot of portion of that percentage gets the shit. So. Especially when it's like a flu. How many times when you just had a regular fucking flu a couple years back or in the last couple years, everybody have a flu somewhere, wherever you live at or wherever you're from. But where I'm from, let's say one person has a flu. Next thing you know, another person gets that shit. And the next thing you know, you hear it on Facebook. Oh man, there's a 24-hour flu going around. Or there's a fucking there's a fucking the pinga fucking polywog fucking fever flu going around. Everybody's getting it. It's only for a week though. You know what I mean? Like, come on, man. Like, it's gonna happen whether you believe it or not. No matter how many times you fucking scrub your hands, sad to say. And the crazy part of that for the germaphobes out there, yes, you're precautious and you're doing the right thing. You've been doing the right thing, but also you also gotta remember your body needs your body also kind of, you can't fucking scrub away all the bad germs. Let's put it that way. You know what I mean? Your body needs those bad germs too. Not all of them, just a little bit of them. But the point is, people be trying, I need to get rid of them. No, you're good. Relax. You're good. Because regardless, you're going to get sick. Everybody gets sick. You're going to get something. And this something that's this kind of big, being that it's this big and quote unquote man-made for some people who believe that or not, whether it is or isn't, the point is, something of this big and global, because it was pretty global. Well, it was global. And I could get it, like, yeah, you got to be precautious, but, and whatnot. But at the end of the day, no matter how precautious you are, 9 out of 10, I believe we're all going to still get it one way or another in life. It might not even be now. It might not hit now. You might have that shit 5 years from now where it might come back like I said, once again, when we get those little weird little common flus or weird fucking sicknesses that pop out of nowhere and you feel ill. Now you got to call a week for a couple of days and because you got the fucking the fire hydrant syndrome where you're fucking spearing out all fucking holes. You know what I mean? Like that's. It's gonna one way or another. It's gonna be normalized, just like everything else in our history was normalized. So, I just feel like some things are, and I'm not gonna get too deep because I want to get onto other things. But I feel like some things are man-made for a reason. Do I believe this was man-made? Yes, I do. I believe one party made it, sold it to another party. The other party tried to advance it, fucked up somehow. When they fucked up, it basically infected their area, which got back to the other person's area, and bang, boom, bow. From there on, it just spread the fuck out from everywhere else. So I think, in my opinion, I think it was a big fuck up on two parties who were honestly trying to be greedy. That's just how I look at it, because that's what runs our fucking world anyway. Greed. Nothing but greed and evil, bro. But like I said, I'm not gonna get into that. I'm not gonna get into that today. Not today. Today's a good day, even though it looked kind of cloudy, but it's a good day. Kind of hungry. Kind of smoked a blunt. Kind of want to smoke another blunt, but it's a good day. So back to everything else. I can't wait for football. So that's one of my biggest things. Fantasy's coming around. I love it. I can't wait for it. It's I love football. It's amazing how much I love football. Every time I see someone on the field or I see shit, I just think to myself like, man, I wish I was on that field. Like some people think I was ass. That's fine. You can think that. I don't care. I love football. I still love football. I would love to still play football. You know what I mean? But we live it through them. That's how I look at it. I lived my football dreams through the people on that field. You know what I mean? But yeah. So we see. But another thing, I see that I just peeped that the Dallas Cowboys, man, picked up Gerald McCoy, but also just recently released Gerald McCoy. So there goes that big front line that everybody was talking about, which is crazy. Don't want to talk too much about just one specific team, but I will say this about Dallas Cowboys, and I told this to my Cowboy friends already. This year, I don't give a fuck. You just got a new coach. And I know the coaching was probably most likely the problem. But I'm going to say this. This year, the motherfuckers, and I'm not a Cowboy fan, as y'all know, I'm a Packers fan. But all I gotta say is I better see them playing against my Packers in the fucking NFC championship, because the fact that they got the amount of fucking talent, man, it pisses me off. Like their wide receiver core is going to be crazy this year, and that's just honest. You got to be honest. Whether you're an Eagles fan and you hate them, listen, I hate both of y'all. I hate the Eagles and I hate the fucking Dallas. I hate all the NFC East if you think about it. But that's only because I really don't have much Bears fans to really beef against in Jersey. So the ones I do have, it's funny. I always end up being more friendly with them. But when football season come around, oh yeah, it's over. I rip in their ass, fucking Bears, blah blah blah. But these Dallas, man, I tell you, these motherfuckers got talent, bro. You got Zeke, you got Lamb, you got Cooper. Gallup stepped up big last year. And it's like, what the fuck? I just literally just named just their skill package. That was it. That was just their skill pack. I didn't even mention the fucking tight end, he's not the nicest, but I think he has potential to be something. You know what I mean? A good player for them. I think it's Jarwin. I think that's going to be their starting tight end this year, I believe. Or that rookie. I think they picked up a rookie or some shit too, right? Or this year or last year or some shit like that. So that person's going to definitely do good too. So that's just potential right there. And then not to mention their line, if they're actually healthy and they actually don't fucking get penalties called on them like fucking idiots all the time, because they always get fucking penalties called on them. As long as they can actually stay healthy and have no penalties against them on the line, their line is actually a good line. And then you got Dak Prescott, who's, to my opinion, he's not the best quarterback, but he's not the worst. You know what I mean? Like he's up, in my opinion, he's decent. He put up some numbers last season, I think, if I'm not mistaken. I could be thinking of another season. If not, it was last season, I'm pretty sure. And I don't know. I just look at their offense. I'm just like, what the fuck? Like, win some fucking games. Get somewhere already. Jesus Christ. Then you got the defense. Their defensive line are pretty good. Their linebacker core I love. You got Van Der Esch. I like him. Jalen Smith, I like him too. And then what they have? They got rid of, I think, Xavier Woods, right? If I'm not mistaken, or is he still there? I forget. I know they got rid of somebody in their defense. I think it was Xavier Woods or some shit. Was it? I forget. I catch up on sports. Like I said, I've been kind of lacking on it. But whatever I do read, I try to keep read as quickly as possible. But point is, they have a defense of a core that's actually okay. Like I like, what's his name? Cheetah Bay or Chawodby, whatever his name is. I like him. Awuzie, I think is, or whatever those guys. Like some of their corners is actually all right. You feel me? That's what I'm saying. Like they have some decent corners. So I'm just like, damn, like, but when the fuck are y'all gonna go somewhere already? Like Jesus Christ, it's been since the '90s, and y'all motherfuckers still haven't got a fucking ring, like another ring. On top of that, I don't care if y'all do or don't. But the fact that like they talk so much, even like you know what I mean. And I love my friends, you know what I mean. Of course, my brothers, you feel me? They talk, the ones that are Dallas fans, they crack me up because we always talk shit. They always say that Dez had caught that ball. In my opinion, he didn't catch shit. All right, Dez is ass. He ain't catching nothing. But I always laugh because I'm just like, I was telling that, like, man, since the 90s, man, y'all niggas be talking. And it's like, y'all haven't won a ring since then. Like, but y'all be having talent. Like, y'all be having talent and don't go nowhere. Like, I don't understand that shit. Like, that shit pisses. It's like the Browns last season. They had so much talent and y'all didn't go nowhere. I know the coaching, it does start from the coaching, but it's like, come on, bruh. Like, y'all have, I had Odell last year in one of my fantasies, and he didn't do a damn thing, bro. Like, I was so mad. I was so mad. You know what I mean? Even James Conner, I had James Conner last season. He did some things good, and then next thing he got injured, and he'll come back, do bad, and then he might have a good game, then he get injured. It was just like bad, bro. So it was like, and that was just in one of my seasons, one of my fantasy seasons. So it was like, I look at some player, I'm just like, damn, bro, like, what the fuck, So it's like, and I feel that's how I felt about the Dallas, man. It's just like, what the fuck, like, y'all, like, I'm not trying to say I'm rooting for them, but it's just like I respect the fact that they have talent and they don't go nowhere. Like I be laughing though, like, cause that's when they play against us, we crack them, and I just be like, I already know y'all not beating us, but it's just the fact that y'all have talent and y'all don't be keeping up with us, and we be having just like real talk, third, fourth round pick players starting. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if you really look at our like, bro, like, if you really follow our shit, like, we haven't drafted a first round draft pick since before Jordan Love, obviously, Aaron Rodgers. And that was damn near fucking like 13 years ago, bro. Like, bro, we haven't drafted a first round skill player since then, like, until Jordan Love this year, which was the fucking dumbest thing we could have done. And I'm not going to get on that either. It's a good day. I'm not going to get on that. But I will say this. It was stupid. It was stupid to draft a fucking quarterback right now when we don't need a quarterback right now. We could have got one next year. Hell, we could have got one the year after that. I mean, I understand we got to groom somebody. But you're telling me we keep Aaron. We might as well keep Aaron. I mean, this is how I would have looked at it. Whoa, this is how I would have looked at it if I was like one of the top people in that meeting that was talking about getting a quarterback. I would have been in there like, well, how about this? We get Aaron. We have Aaron. I mean, he's got 4 years left. We pay him. But when it gets to the third year, maybe even second year in that contract, we draft a quarterback and we tell him, look, we want you to stay your 4 years. Or, you know what I mean? And we're willing to even give you an extension of another 2 for a certain amount if you're willing to take it. Only if you're willing to let us draft your replacement. And I'm an honest person. So I think I would have went the honest route with that, because I think Aaron, to me, looks like a more honorable person. Like, he wants honesty. He's going to respect you more if you just keep it in his face. So I would have been like, look, we pay you out your 4 years. We'll do that. Fuck it. You're Aaron Rodgers. I love that man. We'll do that. But only if you allow us. And we'll give you we'll give you an extra 2 years even. At least an extra year or 2. If, depending when you let us draft your replacement out of your second year contract or your third year contract. For real. I would have just told him just like that. Like, because you got to think about Aaron. We love you. I love you. I'm in Jersey and I love that man. You know what I mean? No homo, but I do. That man does amazing things with the ball. He did, whether it's been 10 years and he wins the Super Bowl. I don't care. The fact that he's done amazing things with the ball, that's why I love that man. The fact that he wears a Packers uniform is the reason why I love that man more. You feel me? So the fact of his talent is just he's a beast, bro. Like, you cannot knock Aaron Rodgers. And I'm not here to get on both my knees and whatnot. But let's be honest here. Aaron Rodgers is literally one of the best. Next to Drew Brees, next to Tom Brady, next to Peyton, next to Joe, next to Brett, next to Steve, next to Aikman, next to Marino. Listen, the list goes on of those great quarterbacks. He's in that fucking quarterbacks, in that listing. Despite everyone talk about last year's stats. Oh, but he didn't do shit. Bro, the man still only threw 4 interceptions in his weakest year. He only threw 4 with 29 touchdowns, I believe. And I talked about this before, and I don't want to backtrack, but 4 interceptions. 4. And that was his bad year. His completion rating was still pretty fucking high amongst quarterbacks who were throwing, better touchdowns, whatever. Like, bro, like, it's crazy. So I would have just kept it real with him. And be like, look, Aaron, I mean, let's be honest here. You're getting older. But we want you to finish out your year here. We still believe in you. Even though you're getting older, we still believe in you. Because when Brett got older, I still believed in Brett. It only got to that point when it got to maybe his last, maybe the ending of that 1 year when we lost. I believe we lost in the playoffs. And it was like pretty much that. It was that year, and then he played that last year, and then he was gone the year after that. So that's pretty much that second year before it was his last. That's when I knew when we lost that year. I knew. I was just like, yeah, all right, Brett. It might be time, buddy. You know what I mean? Like, it was starting to show. He could still sling the rock, yeah, but his pocket presence was getting lower. Like, his line was kind of getting older at the time too, and they started getting younger line in, but like they were still inexperienced. So it was like he didn't have that juvenation of like burst to leave the pocket anymore, or to even be quick on a swivel to look and a dip and break a QB, a break off a sack and shit. So it's like you saw it, but with Aaron, I don't see that yet. So it's like I would have just told him, dude, like, work with us and we'll work with you. We'll give you it for you. We don't want to give you up. I don't want to see you leave. I want you to retire a Packer. Just like I wanted Brett Favre to retire a Packer, which I mean he did, obviously, but still, you know what I mean? Like, I want you to be a Packer. So let us draft a QB in the 3rd year. You stay with us. For your 4-year, and we will give you an extension for another year. And then if that kid works out within a year, then boom. If not, we'll give you another extension. Or if we don't even that, we'll give you 2-year extension after your 4, but you get to opt out in your 5th. You know what I mean? Or your 6th, whatever. You know what I mean? Some weird shit. Like, I would have done something to make it more presentable and respectable, where it's just like, we want you to stay, but we want to be able to pre-prep, just like how you was pre-prepped. Because he was pre-prepped. He sat behind Brett damn near 3 seasons, 4 seasons, maybe at best, before he was, got in the game, and then he started, putting in work. Actually had a fucking starting season and all that shit. So it's like, it took a while, but he learned. He learned a lot. You can never say he didn't. Yeah, maybe, and the crazy part, people want to talk like, oh, but him and Brett had a little stigma at first. Yeah, they did, of course, because it was the young pushing out the old. It's always like that, especially in a competitive sport. Football is very competitive, just like basketball is very competitive. But football is very competitive physically wise and just mentally competitive. And it's just like an ego. The egos is different from like basketball and football. Egos is really like high. You know what I mean? Like, especially when you're a quarterback, like, your ego is very, very high because like, I run my offense the way it needs to be run. And whether you don't want to admit that you're getting older, or maybe even you're getting, brittle, like your bones is starting to break, or whatever the case may be, it's hard to be realistic to yourself about that because you're so used to being the captain, the head of the whole fucking offense, and being like, yo, nah, we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. That's why I love Brett, because he proved that even though he was the old mule still had it, bro. Even though I hated him when he went to the Vikings, and I hated him when he went to the Jets, I looked at it, bro, and I was just like, but he still had it, bro. Like, he still had it, bro. It was crazy. Like, but same thing with Aaron. Like, he still got it, bro. I don't care what anybody's ever keeps saying, oh, you can, no. He still got it. And the people that's out there saying like, "Oh, Aaron's the fucking problem." No, Aaron's not the problem. The problem was the fucking GMs, and still is the problem with the GMs in the back office. Is the fact that they want to still draft fucking dumb fucking positions, and they want to draft shit that we don't need. We didn't need Jordan Love this year, and even if we wanted a quarterback, get a fucking quarterback that was actually worth getting in their fucking round. Jordan Love was not worth a first round draft pick. He should have been, at best, late second. Late second. At worst, fifth fucking round. I'm sorry. I don't have no faith in that kid at all. I'm sorry. If they expect to really push him like Aaron out for that kid, I don't know. I don't think so. Sorry. That kid does. I watched his highlights plenty of times just to critique it because I wanted to see something and something that they see. And I can't see a damn thing, bro. That kid has no power arm, no arm strength, whatsoever. I'm not going to say it like that. That was weird to say like that, power arm. No arm strength. His accuracy is not that great. His run skill, yes, and the way that we're going to run the offense, yes, I see what they're going. He's going with the fucking 40. I see what LaFleur is going. And listen, I like LaFleur. I think LaFleur did great last season. And I believe he's going to do great for us. But to see that he's just basically trying to do what the 49ers doing, what the Ravens are doing, is which is finding that mobile quarterback or a quarterback that could fit your style that you want to run, which is this full package thing, like having two running backs and plus pretty much your quarterback's like a running back. But he really is a quarterback. He just can run. You know what I mean? And Jordan run, I'm pretty sure he can run. I'm pretty sure he's a fast kid. But arm strengths, garbage. Accuracy, garbage. His presence in the pocket looks shaky. Like he just looks like he's about to fold every time. In the NFL, I'm sorry, he's going to fold. Like he does not have it. And it's sad. I'm gonna play with him in Madden next year. I'm gonna play with him this year, Madden, in my league because I'm gonna get the Packers like I always do. And because Madden's different. I ain't gonna lie, Madden is way different because Madden's so stupid. They don't know how to fucking do negotiations, or be able to do things the right way as real life football would be. But I'll pretty much would sell Aaron Rodgers. I'll trade Aaron Rodgers usually like after the second season. Like I'll play the one season with him, train Jordan Love or whatever, right? Then I'll probably get rid of him the next season, and then have Jordan Love start, and then I'll play him just to get him better. But I guarantee you, he's not going to get any better in that game. So I'm probably going to get rid of him too. So it's like it's funny because I just don't see it. I don't see what they had. The fact that we gave up, like literally, bro, we gave up two. I don't want to backtrack. I'm sorry, but I gotta say this: the fact that we gave up two middle linebackers or linebackers that we need, bro, we needed linebackers, and we drafted some bum linebacker who's small. Like he's not that big. Like if I'm not mistaken, if I read this guy's fucking bio right, the linebacker that we drafted, I think it's like something Martin, if I'm not mistaken, or some weird name he has. And I don't want to disrespect the guy. I'm just saying, like, he has a weird name, but I think he's only like literally like 5'11", 227, something like that, or something of that nature. I was just like, oh my god, I was like another Owen Burks right there. But it's like at least Owen Burks can cover, and he's not afraid to make a tackle. But this kid that we drafted a linebacker like in the 4th or 5th round, or it was a 3rd round. Where the fuck we drafted? Not 3rd round. Oh, we got that dumbass. Well, I'm not gonna say dumbass. I gotta stop doing it. I'm so offensive. I'm so sorry. I did not say call him dumbass. I'm gonna say that was a dumbass decision to get that kid in the 3rd round. So even though I looked at that kid's highlight. He's pretty good. The tight end we drafted / fullback. He's a fullback tight end pretty much. We're gonna use him. I know we're gonna use him for a fullback. I already know that for a fact because I don't think we don't got Vitale anymore. So I know we're gonna use that rookie we drafted as both. He's gonna play the double tight with Jay Sternberger or with Mercedes Lewis, or when we run the triple tight. It's gonna be basically those three because he can play pretty much the flex still. You know what I mean? So that's what makes him kind of like versatile. And that's what I'm saying. Like the players that we got in the first 3 rounds let you know like what the Packers, what the Packers are going to run. We're going to run that RPO type offense, run pass offense. You know what I mean? Like we're going to fucking run the pound it with AJ Dillon. You know, switches and options with fucking Aaron Jones and AJ Dillon and the tight end we got, and it might work. It might work beautifully. It might work beautifully. And who knows, right? It might work beautifully. Do I hope it does? I hope it do, of course, because I'm a fan. I would like to see it. I would like to be proven wrong about this kid who's going to be our future quarterback, which I doubt it. He's going to be, honestly, you know what I see from him? I see another DeShone Kizer role. I see. And I say Kaiser Rose, guys, that's not his name, but I just laugh. I just make it as a fun. His name's Kaiser. But DeShone Kizer, I feel like he's going to be like another DeShone Kizer. Remember DeShone Kizer? He got fucking drafted by Cleveland in the first round. Played that year. Didn't do too well, sad to say, because I feel like that kid had potential. Didn't do too well. Didn't play for a good team, obviously, so definitely wasn't going to do too well. Got traded the next year to us. Got traded his sophomore year. Got traded to us the next year. So that's what I see with Jordan. I see them like seeing it, trying to see him out, and who knows? I see, and Lord forbid, right? But let's say fucking Aaron Rodgers gets hurt. Please, Lord forbid, I don't want him to get hurt. We need him this season. We need him for like the next 4 seasons, honestly. But if he did get hurt, and let's say he got hurt for like maybe 2 weeks at best. Those 2 weeks, we're gonna see this kid fucking full. And I know a lot of people go, oh, but it's fucked up. Why would you want to prey on his downfall? I'm not preying on the man's downfall. I'm just being honest here. When you're in the NFL compared to the NFC, when you're in the NFL compared to NCAA, it's way different fucking ball game, bro. And I didn't play in college ball to know this. I played high school ball, yes. You know, I wish I would have got the chance to play in fucking college, but life didn't, throw me those cards. It happens. But the point is, I know for a fact, and I know people who played in college ball. So, and as far as even playing into the fucking Arena Football League. So, and they all said it, it's different. Trying to get into the league is different. It's just trying to get in is fucking different. Imagine playing in that motherfucker. It's different, bro. You're talking about monsters out there, nigga. I'm talking about monsters out in the field, bro. And the fact that y'all are and the offense is way more protected with the rules and penalties nowadays more than ever. Compared to what it was back in the early 2000s and 90s and 80s and all that shit, bro, it's lucky. But even then, it's still hard to get in. So imagine when playing there, it's hard to stay in. It's harder to even stay in. Look at Kizer. He's not with us no more. He's not anywhere no more. He's a free agent after 3 years, bro. Look at that. Look at that. Can't you believe that? To know that kid was a first-round draft pick, mad potential. Because I liked him. I was actually happy we got him because I thought to myself, well, that's fine because, even though Aaron is here and we got him for whatever long, I was like, it's fine because that way he can learn behind Aaron for the next 5 years. Even though, he was young. He was only like 20 years old or 21 years old. The next 5 years, he'd be 26, 27 maybe at best or some shit. That's his prime year, right? Those are his prime years right there. 25, 26 are prime years. And you haven't even played a full season, so you're healthy. You're not getting hit. So that's my whole point of that. Like, we should have kept him. And then look, we got rid of him. We got the rookie Jordan Love now, and we got the other kid, Tim Boyle. Excuse me, had to drink. Got the other kid, Tim Boyle. And I just sit there, I'm just like, wow. Look how quick that kid's career was done. And all because and it's sad because I feel like most people think like that, right? Don't you think like most of those guys who get drafted to the Cleveland, you would think like they automatically think like Cleveland and Bengals, I think right now, right? I think everybody who gets drafted there automatically thinks my career is done. For real. Let's be honest here. Like I really think they get drafted, they be like in the first number 1 draft pick by the Cleveland Browns goes to they're drafting such and such from Arkansas or whatever, right? And the next thing you know, that motherfucker looks at the camera and he's like, he stands up, he gives his mom a hug, and I guarantee he whispers to his mom like, my career is over. And she probably gives him the smile, like that's what they always give him, that smile, like, yeah, baby girl, like what are you talking about? Like, what do you mean his career's over? Like, cause he know that he just got fucked without even trying, without even like giving a chance to fight back. You know what I mean? Without even a chance to be saved. He got fucked because he was so good that the asses team had to get him. You know what I mean? Like he was so great and so absolutely amazing that the asses team in the league drafts your ass. And then now you're sitting on the fucking free agency roster waiting and wanting to pick up because you're only 23, 24 years old. And I know you're still training hard. And yeah, you may think to yourself, well, I got my education, right? Some of them probably think like, well, fuck, I played football my life. And honestly, some of them deserve that, right? They should deserve to think that. Like when you get to NFL and you tried it and let's say you didn't make it after 2, 3 years, you should think to yourself, like, you know, maybe it's just not meant to be, you know? If you really feel like you gave it your all, though, don't give up if you didn't give your all. Don't give a fuck who you are. You could be the fucking assest nigga on there. Try your hardest then, nigga. Keep trying. Believe me, somebody will pick you up someday. You know? So it's like, I look at that and I'm like, you know, unless you tried your all within those 2, 3 years and you tried, and you're like, man, I tried my fucking hardest and these niggas just rather just go pick up rookies or somebody else, then that's different. You know? Maybe you think to yourself, you know, maybe it's just not meant to be. But at least I tried. At least I got here. I got drafted and everything. First round. I can honestly say that I was a first round draft pick. They didn't make it nowhere, but I was a first round draft pick. But to know that kid, man, poor kid, he was only 21 when he got drafted. Like I said, at best, 21. Maybe even younger, who knows, you know, 19, 20. But 21 at best, maybe. And within 2, 3 years of his fucking NFL career, he's done. Had one starting year. Came in on a couple plays on the Packers when Aaron went down for a couple plays or a drive or whatever. Fucked that up. And then that year, after that whole year was done, was let go. That was it. No more Kaiser role. It's crazy. It's crazy, bro. After 2 years, bro, he was done. And now poor kid's just sitting on the free agency line probably working his ass off somewhere, wherever he's from or wherever he lives at, and just is probably just sitting there waiting, man. That's sad, bro. Like, and I'm not saying sad for him, like, oh, he's a fucking loser. No, I'm saying sad, like, damn, that's fucked up. Like to know, like, you're still young, you still got it, you still, you know, you still believe in yourself, and then nobody's giving you that chance, man. It's fucked up. But that's how cutthroat it is, man. That's how competitiveness can be so cutthroat, bro. Because you gotta compete against a lot of guys that want that same fucking opportunity that you want. That's why it's like for me, like the cards wasn't dealt for me. For you know, my reasons was different. You know, like the cards wasn't dealt for me for different reasons. But you know, in general, it wasn't. It didn't. You know, I wish it did. You know, I wish the cards was a little different at the time where I could have played. Because I really thought, honestly, in my opinion, I feel as though if I'd have really went to a program, because I went to schools where I'm gonna be honest, and some of y'all may think I'm gonna call me a hater, but you want. I don't give a fuck. I'm being honest here. I feel like some of them coaches were dick riding players that weren't that good. That's just my opinion. You know, I feel like a lot of the guys that did play weren't that good. They probably may had more experience because maybe they've been playing for a long time or whatever. Because I only had, honestly, when I got to play really for organized football, I was only in 8th grade. That was my first year, was Unlimiteds. And that was the only time I played. I was 14, I believe. So 14, 15 around the year. So I was Unlimited, I believe. So it was like, and from there on, I played freshman. Then I played JV. And then I played JV, you know, junior year. I was on the senior or varsity's roster, but like, that's a whole different story. But point is, because I feel like I got chipped out of that at one time in a game because of those fuckers. And that's my point. Like, you know, I feel like there was dick riding shit. Maybe they, I mean, who knows? Maybe they just didn't believe in me. And that's fine. I mean, they was wrong for not believing in me because I feel like I was ready. You know what I mean? I feel like I was ready to play a certain position. The fact that they wanted me to play another position and they wanted me to be ready for that when I wasn't ready for that. I was ready to play another position, and they fucked me on that. But point is, I don't blame them for anything else. I just blame them for not believing, I guess, in me, or even fucking trying to see what I could do. Because the position I wanted to play was tight end. I love playing tight end. That's what I wanted to play. And I feel like I was working my ass off to be a tight end. You feel me? And I mean, I even had the guy who started tight end and he played D end was even telling me like, yo, like if you want it, I hope you take it. You feel me? Like I don't want to play tight end. He wanted to play D end. I wanted to play tight end because I loved it. I love the fact that I get the down crack block, on a fucking linebacker or catch the ball on a waggle play. You know what I mean? Like I loved it. Get 5-7 yards and just boom, just bowl throughs in that fucking linebacker over and just getting the first down or something. Like I loved it. So I was working my ass off, bro. Like I remember that shit. And anybody wants to challenge me on that, fuck you, because I remember that shit. I remember the fact that I fucking literally was busting my ass that summer, bro. I was busting my ass that summer. I'll never forget that. I believe it was my junior year. No. Yeah. Sophomore, junior year. I forget. Yeah, I think it was junior year. Because that's when I left. I left to go to, well, I had to leave because I had to go to another school. But that's what pretty much fucked me up too. The moving and all that bullshit happened too. But point is, I was busting my ass, was catching balls, was making blocks, was reading my plays right. Like the only thing that I knew that I was fucking up at was I wasn't going to the workouts. I didn't like working out. I was naturally big when I was younger. You feel me? Like not saying I was fucking Brock Lesnar or anything like that, but I was like to me personally, like I was in decent shape. I didn't have much of a gut. Now I have like the little dad bod, but I'm working back out again. I'm trying to get myself back in shape, but I'm looking good again. I feel like I'm feeling better ever since I have been working out again. But point is, back then when I was younger, I was decent shape. You know what I mean? I wasn't fucking I mean, I'm not saying I'm slopping out. Obviously, thank God. I think I look good now for my age. For being 30 years old, I look fucking amazing than most people. So I'm happy for that. Thank God. Like, thank God, weed or whatever helps me stay young. I'll tell you right now, thank you, because man, that shit helps. But I'm feeling good about that too, so it helps me out to feel confident. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I still look young. I still look. It pisses me off when I'm at when I'm trying to buy shit though at certain places and they card in my ass all the time. Shit pisses me off. Like, though I ain't that damn young, nigga. But it feels good to know I still look young. When I'm 50, I'm still gonna look like I'm 30. Like that's great to know. As long as I take care of myself. So that's what I'm doing now. I'm trying to take care of myself. As anybody should. Out there, if you're listening, take care of yourself. All right? You want to be 50 years old and look like you're 30. You don't want to be 50 years old and look like you're 70. You know what I mean? But that was the problem though. I didn't go to the gym. I didn't like it. I guess what it was, I don't want to say I didn't like it. What it was, I was scared. I'll be honest. I was nervous because a lot of those guys were seniors and older guys, and they've been working out and doing this shit for years. I never really got into this shit. Like I was just natural. In my opinion, I was naturally good. Like I was just a natural baller. You feel me? Like I just like to play football because that's what I used to do. I would just play football in the streets. We used to play tackle. You know what I mean? And I was good. I knew I was good at football because that's how I knew. I played fucking tackle with anybody, the bigger kids, the fucking grown ass men, and I would play. That's why getting hit for me was like whatever. I didn't mind getting hit because I would play against people that was bigger than me. So, it's one of those. Like I said, it's just like me personally, I just had natural just football ability. You feel me? In my opinion, I'm not saying I was fucking Tony Gonzalez, but I'm just saying like I thought I had raw ability. Like I thought I was naturally just gifted with a football skill to just play because I knew how to play and I love to play and I love to block and I love to fucking catch the ball and I love to fucking score and I love to see my teammates score and I love and even on defense, like I like playing defense, but I didn't like playing linebacker. I hated playing linebacker. So that's what it was. They wanted me to play linebacker because people got injured and shit like that happened, and it was sad to see those guys go down. The seniors that went down in those positions, like in a matter of days, bro. Like boom, 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 and I remember I was they pretty much was looking at me because I was big. They looked at me like he's a Mike, like he's straight up Mike position. That's it. I had speed for my size. If anything, I wanted to play outside so bad because I was like, I understood outside only because I played DN. You feel what I'm saying? I played DN in unlimiteds and I played tight end. So I'll always love tight end. Because of the fact you get a chance to catch the ball and you get a chance to fuck somebody up on offense sometimes. Like you get to hit the defender and kick his ass for once. You feel me? On a block. So, but I always was like, damn, I would like to play the outside linebacker because outside linebacker, you really just got to worry about the flat or the running back that cross your vision. You feel me? Just like DN. DN, you just you worrying about the quarterback, or unless you got to contain when that running back does a flat or reverse, you contain. You feel what I'm saying? So I would understood that better, and I always felt like the guys that should have played middle linebacker was the ones that was playing fucking outside linebacker, and I'm like, come on, like why don't he play middle linebacker? Because honestly, I feel like Mike sometimes it's not about the bigger of the person, like the width wise. I feel like it's more like height. I feel like a perfect middle linebacker to me is like 5'11", 230, 225, right? But I was that sad to say I was that perfect build for it. But the problem was for me was that I didn't like that much contact. You feel me? I like getting hit. I didn't mind getting hit because I knew how to embrace myself. When I fucking took the ball, I knew how to lower my pass to stiff it back to you too, and boom. But when you're on defense, you're kind of vulnerable a little bit because you have to really read the offense. You have to read what's going to happen now. Like you got to pay attention if someone's doing a 5 and in or a 10 and in. You got to make sure that it's not a run play coming to you with a fucking big ass lineman ready to crack you or a tight end ready to down crack you. It was like you had a lot to worry about. You got to make sure your men are in their positions. Yo, you there. Yo, strong side, weak. You know what I mean? Like you got to, it's like, it was a lot, bro. And I never played Mike before. I've always liked playing DN. I'd hated playing Mike. I've hated it. I didn't like it. That was my first time playing linebacker. They put me to linebacker. That was the crazy part. I was trying to play DN. I went to DN and I went to tight end. I guess they saw like how I was out of two things. I was too small for DN, which I wasn't. I was literally 5'11", almost 6 feet, about 225, 230, same weight. Well, almost the same way I am now. I'm like about 235, almost 240, but I still slimmed down a little bit. Like I said, I'm not like fat though. It's crazy. I'm not really bulky fat. I just got a little, like I said, I'm a little man, but my dad bod. But other than that, I'm not like fat. You feel me? Like it's weird how I look. I don't look big, but my fucking scale says I am. But point is, at the time I was like 225, 230, and I wanted to play DN. I wanted to play bad as hell, but it was like, nope, linebacker. Mike linebacker to be exact. And I was like, oh my God. I never played this shit before. They asked me, you ever play linebacker before? I was like, no. I played DN and I played tight end. That's my shit. I've always played that. Oh, you too small. I guess I was too small for DN. So they're just like, no, linebacker. That's what you're gonna be. And I was just like, well then fuck. At least, I'm thinking to myself, well, at least put me outside linebacker. Like, even if it's weak side outside linebacker, like let me get that. You know what I mean? Like I'll take that any day. You know what I mean? But Mike was hard, bro, because you got to really read. And then we're like, it was a run play. Like they used to get on my ass. No. I was like, come on, bro. Like I'm hitting, I'm clogging. Like, what you want me to do, bro? Get back, get in there. Well, I am trying to get in there, bro. But you would think, like, at least I stopped the play. Like, at least like, the plays, it died right at the line. I understand we want a yard for loss sometimes. That helps, of course. It makes it gives more. But damn, like, I'm stopping them. You know what I mean? Like, I was getting so angry, bro, because it was, like, trying to drill, like, the fact, like, it's like they was drilling the fact that like, yo, you're not good at this position. Well, duh. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I know I'm not good at this position. I never played fucking Mike, Then it's like I gotta call the huddle too. Like, so at the point I had to be like kind of like I wasn't a captain, but I had to be the caller of the huddle too, like in my position. And I gotta learn the fucking the fucking plays, Mike cover 2, black, red, whatever the fuck it was. And I'm like, I'm just in there like, and now I'm in the huddle, I'm like, all right guys, Mike, check, fire. And they're like, yo, what? You gotta speak up. I'm like, I'm nervous. Like, mind you, I'm an underclassman talking to a bunch of fucking seniors. So it's just like, I just feel like very, very like overwhelmed a little bit. Like, oh shit. Like I kind of fold. And I admit it, I fold. You feel me? I folded. I'll admit it, I folded. But that was only because I got put in a position that I didn't know how to control. I didn't know what to do. I didn't have this, I've always just been a role player. You feel me? I've always just been the guy that just, yo, you play DN or you play tight end. You catch the ball, you make it happen. You make a sack, you make it happen. When I used to play DN, I would fuck the quarterback up. Especially if his back was towards me, it was a wrap. I was making him fumble every time because I'm hitting you, straightening your shit, boom. So it was just like I was a good role player. I came in, did what I had to do. If I started the game, cool. I did what I had to do every game. You feel me? When I started, because there was time after a while I did start starting, like when I was unlimited, I would start certain games and shit. Like, because they had like a couple of us, they always try to switch it around us, but we had a good DN core. Like, you know what I mean? We had like at least 4 guys, bro, that played DN, and we were all good DNs. Like, bro, I remember half of them. Like, to this day, like, I hope those guys are doing good. You know, or the one I know, the one is still doing good. Shout out to him. You know, shout out to my boy Joe. But yeah, other than that, like, we were all good DNs. You know, now I think about it, yeah, we had like 4 on each. It was 2 on the left, 2 on the right. So we had like, and well, we had more than that, but those are the ones that really was playing. You know what I mean? Like those us 4 was taking turns, starting or whatever the case may be, and it was fun. Like it was fun playing with those guys, man, because we were all big kids or whatever. So we just was hitting each other, or whatever the case may be. So it was fun while it lasted. But point is, man, it was just like, you know, I never played Mike, so like to get in that position, now you gotta call the huddle. I never called the huddle. I've always been one to listen, to hear the play. Okay, boom, and I knew the play. All right, cool. I know what I gotta do. Boom, bing, bow. But now I'm calling the huddle, and I gotta make sure everybody's in their right spots. You know what I mean? Spread out more, spread out more. You know what I mean? Yo, weak. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Switch. You know what I mean? Like, yo, crisscross. Like, it was just crazy. Like, you saying shit, just like, and you got to remember all that shit on top of the plays you really want to learn, which is the offensive play, which is me. I wanted to learn offense. So, it's like I said, I don't blame it on nobody, but I do blame like how, not, well, I don't want to say blame, but I just, some people get that luck, you know, they take those chances. It's just sad that some of these guys, they get these chances like those 2 knuckleheads that got caught in the NFL, man. You know, these are chances that anybody would love to have, and you fuck it up by doing an armed robbery. Like, come on, man. Like, it's just sad, bro. It's the same thing, like, you know, RIP to the guy Aaron Hernandez. Now, I know a lot of people would say, no, I don't want to say RIP, fuck him. That's your belief and your respect. That's fine. I respect how you feel. Me personally, I still say RIP because, like, it's still a soul. You feel me? I'm still gonna look at it as a soul, and it's just sad though. Like someone that age, these guys, these young, bro, they're throwing away their lives for literally for dumb shit, like women who really are mediocre, which I know that recently that's been in the news about the Seahawk dude that got released because he tried to get girls into the fucking team hotel or whatever. Listen, that was stupid. You fucked up a bag for a normal ass chick. Like, really? She better have been a millionaire of her own money for you to be doing shit like that. And then, you know, you got guys like Aaron Hernandez and what is it, DeAndre Baker or whatever his name is, whoever it is that did it. I forget the guys' names, but those 2 guys, the 2 NFL players and shit, cornerbacks, I believe. I think one's a cornerback or both of them are cornerbacks. I know one was a Giants player, if I'm not mistaken. And it's just sad. Like, dude, you threw away your fucking career for nothing, for armed robbery, for stupid shit that you do when you're not in the NFL. Like, you know what I mean? Shit that I would do. You know, well, I wouldn't do it, but I'm saying like shit that a normal person like me would do. You know what I mean? Like, come on, stupid, man, stupid. I was saying something about Madden. Excuse me, and I'm gonna touch that on a little bit right now because I'm probably gonna actually cut this one short a little bit. I talked a lot about sports, sad to say, but that's because I feel like sports was a big talk, especially the fact that we're getting it back now, and I miss it. But 7-on-7s in Madden, the yard. I mentioned this before, I think, and I told y'all before. It's not gonna be what y'all think, and I knew it wasn't. I knew it. I knew it. I said it to y'all. I said it's not gonna be the same. I know it's not. Like I was like, I know it's not, and I was right. It wasn't. Some corny ass arcade fucking wannabe NFL Street where they got fans in the background clapping like, "Yay, we're at a yard and they're playing football." No, it's like nothing what you would expect it. Everybody think like, yo, you get to create a character. It's gonna be like my park. What? Hell yeah, dog. I'll be shitting on anybody. I'm making a running back. Yeah, nah, I'm making a wide receiver. Nah, son, I'm making a linebacker. Everybody hyped as hell. I can't wait. What's the story they gonna do? I wonder what kind of story they gonna do, man. The story's gonna be dope as hell. Next thing you know, get a release of the fucking trailer and it looks like shit. I'm like, oh god, and I knew it. I was like, and I said when I saw that trailer, I woke up that morning, brushed my teeth, rolled up a blunt, grabbed coffee and shit, and I'm just reading through shit, and I saw that shit. I scrolled up and I see, and it was like trailer for Matt. I was like, what? Clicked. I was like, I gotta see this shit. Cause I was hearing that, it's basically gonna be a cross play between the mobile and the game for the consoles. So basically you could play that game literally for the mobile right now, the yard of it, whatever, and basically create a character, or you could wait till you get the system and do it too, and then it's gonna be cross play. And I was like, and I heard that shit. And I was like, oh yeah, this is gonna be arcadey as shit. I was like, this is gonna be so whack. I already know it's gonna be whack as hell. And I remember talking about it before, saying like it's gonna be stupid. And if I didn't talk about it, it's because I might have said it to someone else then. But I swear I thought I talked about this on the last episode about them making this shit and it was gonna be whack. If that didn't, then I'm just skitzing. But I'm pretty sure I did. But anyway, point is, I knew it, and I said it to my friends, and I said it before, and I'll say it now. It's whack. It's gonna be garbage, a waste of fucking time, like any other fucking Madden mode that it comes out with. Sad to say, the only thing that actually became good was Ultimate Team, and even then, that shit gets fucking boring because after a while you're just repetitive. It's just repetitive play, and you're just playing online to get better cards or better chances, and it's just like, and then I thought you got to pay for money. It's like, yo, it's just a scam after a while. It's a repetitive scam or a repetitive play style, and it's so fucking annoying because after a while niggas just get the good cards, and then it's all it takes. Once you get a couple good cards, you start winning more good cards, and you win more good cards, and you gotta put the grind in, and the grind. Duh, it's too much. It's like, and that mode gets boring after a while. So I just leave it alone, in my opinion. That's just I'm kind of done with Madden. I was gonna buy it because of the 7-on-7, but now I'm really like unsure about it. I'm like, and then it sucks because I get the PS5. I'm gonna have to buy it again, and I'm like, I don't want to buy it again. Like, I don't even like it now to buy it once, to buy it again for a better system. Like, I'm like really banging my head, but I'm gonna do it because one, I like playing football and I like playing online franchise mode, even though the franchise mode is shitty. But I do it because I like doing it. I like playing. I like trading. I like being able to build a fucking franchise. It's pretty cool, but not for them. I wish it was 2K because 2K is way better, way better. I'm pretty sure it would be way fucking better. But so that was a big bust for me when I saw that. But I knew it was going to be a bust, so that's why I wasn't that disappointed. A lot of people were disappointed. I wasn't, because I knew it. I knew it, and I didn't. I knew it, and that's why I didn't get my hype for it. My high hopes for it, because I knew it. I knew it was gonna suck, so I left it alone. Fucking Speaking of PS5, that shit gonna be pretty dope. I can't wait for that shit. It's gonna be a lot of different shit. I'm hoping they put games that you have on your PS4. I'm hoping you get to play them on your PS5. Just because, like, I hope this is not true, but apparently you can't play PS2 games on there. So, like, we'll have to see how that goes. But then I also did hear that, like, Steam and PlayStation are actually trying to come together on the PS5 and, like, pretty much put an option so you can, like, pretty much download Steam games on there, which would be dope. Because there's a lot of decent Steam games on there that I would like to play, like, especially, like, survival games. I play a lot of DayZ, so like that recently I've been playing a lot of DayZ. I actually gotta stop playing that, man. I've been kind of like putting a lot of hours in that game for no reason when I still got other games to finish. But still a good game. It's a decent game. I mean, the PC version is way better. Console is pretty lackluster when you think about it because it's not much to do. But what makes it fun is the PvP, I guess, and the fact that, like, role playing or clan faction shit kind of makes it a little fun like that. But other than that, it's really not. Sad to say, there's not really much to do. It's pretty much, if you think about it, it is kind of like a Steam game when you think about it. It is on Steam actually too. But point is, that's what I've been hearing for the new console, so that's pretty good. People are pissed off on the Xbox side because Avengers is coming out soon next month. I actually want to get that game also, but it's coming out, and pretty much we're getting Spider-Man on the PlayStation 4 exclusive, and Xbox is getting nothing. And everybody's saying, "Oh, we should get Wolverine," and da da da. No, you get nothing. Be happy that you get the Avenger game, okay? And this is me being honest to the Xbox people who are mad about this. I'll tell you why I say just be happy. Because for one, we've been giving you guys games legitly for years since you started fucking making Xbox. If you don't believe me, think about Grand Theft Auto. Y'all didn't have Grand Theft Auto for the Xbox until when? We gave you guys, well, I'm not gonna say we because I don't fucking own it, but Sony gave you the rights to have it, or Grand Theft Auto pretty much Sony and Grand Theft Auto, Rockstar pretty much gave you guys the okay. Like basically came together and was like, you know what, fine, let this game be a both system game. Because truthfully, it was just exclusively for PlayStation. At one point in time, once upon a time, back in the day, it was only for PlayStation. Grand Theft Auto 3 was only for PlayStation 2. And then they came out with Vice City. And that was only for the PS2. And then when they finally came out with the Xbox, and that's when y'all didn't have it, and everybody was complaining and bitching. Oh, we don't got a Grand Theft Auto, blah, blah, blah. The next thing you know, I remember one year, they came out, I think it was like a double package. It came out with like Grand Theft Auto and Vice City, like a remake or some shit for the Xbox. And that's when it pissed me off because I was like, well, what the fuck do we get? For real, I asked that. I was like, well, what do we get? We gave them something. What the fuck do we get? Do we get fucking, I didn't care for Halo, but I was like, well, did we get Halo? Did we get Splinter Cell at least? Did we get, what the fuck did we get? I was pissed at that time as a kid. I was pissed off because I was a big Sony fan. And I was like, well, I am a big Sony fan. I'm just like, what the fuck did we get? And then it kept going like that. It kept going like that. It kept going like that for years. We give y'all a fucking game and then we don't get shit back from y'all. And then everybody's like, oh, but we're trying to be a cross-play community. Well, be fucking cross-play and give us something back. You motherfuckers be hogging all the fucking games. Well, not all games, because I really don't have any fucking games when you really think about it. But the only games I really would want from Xbox, truthfully, and I'll name them. Because these are the only games I do like on Xbox, and I'll admit that. Gears of War, Fable, trying to think. I feel like I'm missing something. Gears of War, Fable. I hate Halo, so don't say Halo. No, I hate Halo. I've always hated Halo. Damn. Gears of War, Fable. I feel like there's another game that I'm missing that I liked. Oh, the Left 4 Deads. I love the Left 4 Dead series. I thought they were real good. And I feel like I'm missing one more after. I feel like there was 4 games. I always feel like I'm missing the 4th game all the time. But that's because it's probably not that much important. Like I could do without it. Let's put it that way. But there is a 4th game. I just always forget. But those are pretty much the only 3 games I really want from Xbox. But the fact of the matter is that we gave y'all shit over the years and we didn't get shit in return. It's like, that shit's annoying. And we're always trying to save your ass. And then y'all have the nerve to sit there and say, oh, well, we're crying because we're mad because we don't get an exclusive. Well, tough fucking shit. You lucky you got the fucking game. It should have just been only for PlayStation, but y'all started complaining. You know what I mean? I like I said, and I could be wrong. Maybe they don't get the game, but the way that everybody's like, I've been reading some Xbox commenters and shit, their comments saying like, oh, but it's not fair. Well, life ain't fair. And maybe it gets better developers to make better games for you. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. Get DC or something. Take DCU from us. I don't really care about that fucking game anymore. Take that shit. We could give them DC and then we take the Avengers completely and then just make the Avengers a way better DCU, like online game. Hey, I'm okay with that. But it's just like it's just annoying when I hear shit like that. Like, oh, man, shut up, man. We've been giving y'all games for years, man. Be happy we let you fucking survive this long. Like, because I'm still convinced that one day Xbox will be annihilated. There won't be an Xbox ever again. Especially if this next Xbox is a flop. Like, let's say this shit really sucks. Because Xbox 360 at one point, or was it Xbox? No, not 360. The last system, whatever this last one was, sucked. No good games. Not too many people liked it. The sales was slow. PlayStation sales was fucking skyrocketing. And even Nintendo was way better than fucking Xbox, I believe. And if it wasn't, Xbox was only probably above it, maybe for like a little bit. Like a little percentage, but other than that, it wasn't that much because people still like and still love playing Nintendo. So It just like I if this year's Xbox is a flop, just mark my words when I say I already said it. It's going to be annihilated because PlayStation have done this before. They've taken out fucking Sega Saturn. When you kind of think about it, they kind of killed the I'm not. They did kill Dreamcast. I was gonna say Nintendo. They didn't really kill Nintendo technically, but then I was gonna say the 64. That's what it was. I'm not gonna say Nintendo, but the N64. They kind of. I don't want to say they kind of killed it, but they definitely did. Definitely was like the better system because N64 was fun. I loved N64. I still love it to this day. But when you actually play it again now, you think about it, you're like, damn, what was like really think about it, really that many good games. Like you had Conquer Bad Fur Day. You had the wrestling games, of course, were great. But and you had some fighting games, but then you don't remember their names. And then it's like then you do remember you play them, you're like, or you see them played, and you're like, damn, that shit was way funner when I was a kid. Mind you, it's the same thing when you do the PlayStation, but it's like some games where like you could still play it to this day because they were that good. It was that classic feeling that even if the graphics of like the graphics made even still good. Like for instance, Legend of Dragoon, love that game to this day. PS1, you play that shit now again, you'll still have the same love for it. You'll be like, wow, I still love this game. Look at the graphics, look at the gameplay, like it's amazing. Like the story is amazing. Like the things they do is amazing. Like you'll love it still. So it's just crazy. Like I feel like PlayStation, they have annihilated shit over the years, man. Dreamcast, people don't want to believe that, but they did. Dreamcast was a way ahead of its time, but pretty much Dreamcast was like its own bomb. Technically, it was like it kind of killed itself, but PlayStation helped out because at the time PlayStation 2 was out, and you had games like Grand Theft Auto, you had games like fucking 2Ks and the sport games and whatever fighting games and what was it State of Emergency and all that shit they had out. And then Dreamcast had great games too. But after a while, Dreamcast started being its own enemy. You know what I mean? It just wasn't, it was just too advanced for its time, man. Like, oh, and it's sad because over in Japan, people loved it. It was a hit in Japan. Over here, or wherever it was developed at, I guess it was Japan. I think it was Japan or China, one of the two. But where it was developed at, Sega was developed at, over where it was at, was a hit. Over here, us, it was like too advanced. We were just like, we wasn't up to times with it. We were just like, oh, okay, I don't, a lot of people were just like, oh, like has online feature, but what the fuck do you do online? I don't care for it, and we really didn't care. We had shit like that for those systems back then. We just didn't know how to do it. We didn't know how to hook it up. We didn't know how to use it, and we didn't care to. We were just like, fuck it. As long as my friend could come over and we could play this new game together, we didn't care. It's when it got to the fucking PS3, that's when it was just like online play. All right, let's see what this is about. I ain't gonna. I actually started playing. No, I had to admit, I started playing online. Was it PlayStation 2? Might have been PlayStation 2. Whatever 2K5. Yeah, PlayStation 2, I think 2K5. I think, yeah, that's when it was 2K5, right? PlayStation 2. Yeah, so I started playing the PlayStation, 2K5 on the PlayStation 2. Yeah, so I would play online then. That was when I started playing online. I would actually play. All I had to do is plug it up, plug the phone cord into the fucking thing, into the PlayStation, and you clicked online and it would catch it. It was like it was like a broadband way. It was weird how I did it or how we did it, but that's how we would do it to play online, like sport games. Well, for me, for sport games, and I would just do that. Boop, plug it in, and just play people online, and then pause the game, show replays when I scored, and taunt them like that. Like, yeah, look at that, I got a touchdown with Donald Driver. Aha, Robert Ferguson. I was hype as hell, But it's funny how all that shit changed, man. It's changed up now. Like now, it's nothing but fucking online play. People get pissed off when it's a single player. Me, I love single player. I miss the single player days. Like that's why I love games like Fallout. And then when they made it into a fucking online game, like Fallout 76, I was disappointed. I was happy at first, but then when I started hearing all the bugs and all the bullshit with it, I was like, yeah, nah, I'm okay. Then I heard the story wasn't that good, so I was like, I'm all right. Then I won't play it because it's going to be based off of that, and I gotta have friends to play it. And then I know my friends they like the Fallout, but I know they didn't want I know nobody didn't want to waste that extra bread for that. For all that we get something that we all like to play. So it's like certain games I just like. I like straight up just one player games. I like shit like that. I like Digimon. I like fucking Final Fantasies and shit like that. I like just straight up one player games. They're just what they are. Spider-Man. I love that shit. because you gotta have time for yourself. You know, sometimes you need that time for yourself to play the game, just focus on the game, just you and the game, or just whatever, just chilling. You know what I mean? Just you by yourself with the game, just chilling. You know, you play too much online, and it's like, for me anyway. I sometimes I get out of too bored, or I just get like to the point where I'm just like, okay, I just want to play just something. I just want to play. You know, I just want to play something and just hear a story and play it out. You know, or just fight, do whatever. You know what I mean? Do something I want to do in a sense. But I don't know. Everybody's different, I guess. Everybody has their own thing. But that's all the time I got today, guys. Like I said, I'm gonna try to keep everything up to date as much as possible. Kind of short today, but that's because, like I said, kind of rushing through with doing other things also. So I'm trying to like keep everything in the times fashion. I say right now, I suck with time management. I wish I was better. Honestly, I wish I can even fucking be better at scheduling. Because if I could schedule everything better, I probably would be able to do what I want to do, like the way I want to do it. Let's put it that way. But you know, one day, I guess, right? One day at a time. But anyway, guys, I want to say thank you to anybody who's listening. I want to thank anybody who stops by. You know, and just keep on here, keep it here, and we'll keep you posted on a lot of cool things and stuff like that. So, all right, everybody, peace. We get high in any weather. We go far because we all fly together, baby. We get high in any weather. We go far because we all fly together.